Hey, this will be a video chart on OOAG. I had a few people bring this one to my attention a few days ago, telling me, hey, check out this pullback. It's looking like it might be buyable. I didn't pick up any shares, but congratulations to them. I'm assuming they were down here in the 2.5 to 3 range. They now had a chance at over 100% today, so congrats to them. But regardless, want to get the chart updated. Lots of people are clearly watching it if you look at the message boards and so forth. So let's just dig in. First place I want to start is just a quick little chart example of how consolidation is good. I know lots of people freak out when you have sideways days or downwards days, but if a move and chart is truly strong, then in the grand scheme of things, it's all healthy and bullish for the chart. Case in point being right here, chart made a big move. You had this day here. People were probably freaking out. This day, you had it gap down lower, but the key thing was you had never violated any of your supports. Right here we had the blue line here, which is the 10-day simple moving average. You can see it came right down here, found support, and then trampoline effect, made a huge move upward. So just a good example of how big moves come. You don't have to chase. You don't have to buy a pair. You can wait, be patient, and for those that were, instead of having to sit here and chew off all your fingernails during this portion here, you could have waited, gotten a nicer entry, and then when the trampoline effect took place here, you would have been much more, profitable. But just a quick little example there. So now for where the chart stands today, well, not to sugarcoat things, not the most favorable candle here, but at the same time, not the end of the world. But when you get this sort of candle where you have a long upper wick, upper shadow, whatever you want to call it, this does imply that we had selling that hit it during the day, brought it back down here, because remember at one point this was a solid green candle. So it does look like some profit takers were hitting it. If we pull up the 15-minute chart, you can see that through the last portion of the day we did have some selling here, last half an hour. Nothing drastic, but nonetheless there were some people starting to get out. But overall, still a nice day. Looking at the volume here, most dollar volume it's had in a very long time. Yes, this day had more shares traded, but when we're talking about dollar volume, we need to consider what the price per share is. So obviously the price up here when it's trading at 5, 6, 7 cents compared to here when it's trading at sub penny, the dollar volume adds up much quicker. So the key thing now is where are our key supports? And really the main support I'm watching is going to be right here, slightly below the 4-cent level, right here at 0.039. So for argument's sake, let's just call this 4 cents. The reason I'm watching this is it was at the previous high, and what we want to see happen is if it does come down here, ideally we want to see this hold and then hopefully make a bounce up. If it doesn't, we still do have our moving averages here, but looking at price wise, this is the one problem when you have days that go parabolic like this. Gaps in support levels become pretty big. So yes, we have a support here at 0.03, but then the next one's not until almost 50% lower down here at 0.017. So it's kind of a catch-22 on that note. But 0.04, ideally, that's the level we want to see hold. What would really make the chart look solid is if this level here holds, which was formed today, kind of put in a new bottom. So this is where the bull said, all right, that's enough, we're buying here. Which was at 0.0465. So I'll leave this line a little skinnier just to represent it not being a crucial support level, but this is kind of more of the, if you were to ask me, what level would you want to see hold to make the chart look, the absolute strongest? And if the chart were able to come down here, consolidate, go sideways here, before finally shooting back up, that'd make the chart, very attractive. So these are going to be the two key supports. As far as resistances go, once again, not too difficult, just up here at 7 cents. That is where the profit takers and bears decided to step in today. So this is our current area of resistance. The other key thing to note is if the price does go sideways or down, we need to monitor volume. The lower the volume on any sort of sideways or down days, the better. What we don't want to see is some sort of red candle and then have a big red volume bar that's just gigantic. That would imply that there's lots of selling, lots of dumping, maybe dilution going on. But with low volume or moderately low volume compared to this day, that just implies some simple profit taking, higher base being built, all that stuff. So volume analysis will be key in these sorts of situations. So once again, easiest way to remember it is sideways or downwards action. The lower the volume, the better. with any sort of upwards action, the higher the volume, the better. But overall, chart is looking good. Very solid uptrend being formed here since it broke out here in early May. And as long as these support levels keep holding, the chart will be putting in higher lows, and that's the name of the game, because higher lows implies an uptrend. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, and with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from penny stocks up to big board. So there's a good variety sent for everybody. It's all free, no strings attached. We've been making some good money together, so I'd encourage you to head to the website, sign up, and check it all out. One more time, this was OOAG. Thanks for listening.